What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a New Year's Eve hoot, dude. A classic, old school New Year's Eve holler, if you will. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Drop a like if you do. What are you waiting on, dude? Subscribe. Press that goddamn red button, dude. What are you even waiting on? Please and thank you. I'd really appreciate it, man. But either way, I really hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whenever you're watching this. Maybe it's like June. Who knows? I hope you're having a hoot, a wonderful time. Hydration break, dude. Listen, my throat just got scratchy. Let's take a sip of water, dude. What a great way to start the video, dude. Hydration is key, man. Hey, drop in the comments whatever you're sipping on. It better be good drink. Also, join my Discord server, man. If you guys want to get the ability to talk, just read the rules in there. It'll tell you have to, react to the message. And then, if you react to the right emoji, it'll, let you talk in there. Hop in the Discord, get the hootin'. There's a lot of crackheads in there. It's just a fun time. Be respectful. It's fun in there. It's a hoot. Everyone pull up. Happy New Year's. We'll celebrate at midnight in there. We'll have a hoot. Also, I'm streaming tonight. Be ready for that, dude. It's going to be a blast. Thank you all for tuning into this video. Let's dive right into it. So, this video took place quite a long time ago, and it was early into my junior year of high school that this happened, actually, which was over 5 years ago now. That's a minute, dude. I was 16 when this took place, and I turned 22 real soon, right? So, good Lord. But either way, on this particular day, I remember I'd gotten home, and it was a pretty normal day for me. I got home, I had a couple grams of bud, and I had no plans with any friends. It was just a normal weekday. So I kind of just went to my room and chilled out and smoked. And the weather was shitty outside. Either at my old house, there was one or two places I would smoke. We lived in a second story, pretty tiny condo, so I'd sometimes go out to this little balcony we had, which is one of the best parts of the place, and go smoke out there, and it was perfect because it would never smell or anything, right? But if it was really shitty out, like it was raining or snowing or something like that, which on this day it was raining, then I would go to the garage. So on this day, I was smoking all my bud in the garage, right? And I had this little tiny bowl. I didn't even have a bong, Early into my junior year, I did not really have the loadout yet. I didn't have bongs. I didn't have blunts consistently. I would smoke out of basically whatever I could get. And, all I had was this tiny little bowl at the time, right? So I'm chiefing out of this thing as hard as I can. And I'd smoked about a gram before my mom had got home. And once my mom got home, she was pissed the moment she walked in about the smell in the garage, dude. I swear to God, I've never met anyone in my life who has a stronger nose for loud than my mom. It's ridiculous, dude. She would catch me every single time without fail. Maybe I was an idiot about it, yeah, but damn, she would get me every single time, dude. And she came in on this day pissed off. I guess she had a bad day at work or something. She was heated, dude. I was like, damn, man, I better stay in my room, dude. She's not happy with me. She got home and she was like, Nick, she was going off on me. She's like, Nick, why does it smell that way in the garage? Were you smoking in there? And, I was trying to play. I was like, no, that's crazy. I have no idea why. And she, of course, she knew, and I knew she knew. So I was like, fuck, dude, I'm just going to go to my room. But after she got home, I needed to get high. I had no plans. I had no homies to hang out with that day. I'd hit up pretty much everyone, including Cody, earlier in the day, and everyone was just busy. No one was doing shit. I ended up linking up with Cody later, but that's later. That's for later in the video, right? So I'm chilling out. I just cracked my knuckles, by the way. I'm sorry if you guys hate this. Either way, back on topic here. So I'm chilling out in my room. I'm just playing some games. And eventually, maybe, an hour and a half, 2 hours go past since my mom had gotten home. And I'm sober as a brick, dude. I'm like, shit, I need to get stoned right now. This is not a drill, dude. I'm not tolerating this. So I go out of my room, and I could always kind of guesstimate when my mom would go to bed. It was usually pretty early, 10 o'clock maybe, she would slump pretty early. And she'd turn all the lights off in the living room and shit. So, whenever I would see that, I would just assume, oh, it's safe. I can just get up to some goonery. I can just do whatever I want, right? So my mom, right, I think she's asleep. I assume she's asleep. So I go over to the fridge and I grab myself a little bottle of water and I go back to my room and I've got a gram of bud and the rest of my bowl, the rest of my bud and my bowl in my nightstand, right? So I take these T-shirts out of my nightstand, right? Or my dresser, pardon me. I'm fucking up all my words today, dude. I'm baked, pardon me. But either way, I take my T-shirts out of my nightstand, and I stuff them under my door. And I think my biggest mistake was I didn't get them wet. I just stuffed a bunch of dry T-shirts under my door, thinking that would be enough. Perfect, And after I did that, I turned my lights off and I hopped in bed. And I had to hand grind this bud, right? I didn't have a grinder. I was not balling like that. Listen, back in high school, me and all my friends are just fucking broke, dude. Okay, we did not have it like that. Some of my friends did, but most of us we didn't have it like that, right? So like if we had to do what we had to do, right? We aren't spending money on grinders. That's weed money, dude. Are you kidding me? To buy an accessory, you already got to have weed. That's never the case, you know? But anyway, back on topic. So, listen, I'm getting ready for a little hoot session. You know, I'm getting ready to smoke up, get baked. I've been fiending for the past 2 damn hours. I'm ready to get stoned, right? I bust out my bowl. I turn off my light and I go lay in bed, right? And I ripped it for the first time, right? I smoked the first bowl and I'm like, yo, this is perfect, dude. I'm trying to zero the hits the best I can. I think I'm doing well. You know, I was like waving my hand over the bowl, kind of fanning the smoke away, dude. I was doing the best I possibly could. You know, I was really trying to cover this up. And obviously it was not enough. It was never enough. Every time I tried to smoke in my room, I would get caught, but I would just do it out of desperation. But the reason I didn't go outside was because at this point, my mom had already put like alarms on the crib, dude, because I've been caught sneaking out a million trillion times. She was sick of it, dude. So I was like, damn, this is kind of fucked, right? So, of course, after I finished this first bowl, I remember putting it down. Oh my God. I damn near had a heart attack when she came in my room, dude. It was like a SWAT team was kicking my shit in, dude. Holy fuck, dude. I remember I put my bowl down on the nightstand and I just hear her stomping through the house towards me from down the hall. And I just froze, bro. Listen, when anyone else in my family was pissed at me, I never, like, it did not matter. But something about my mother when she was pissed is just downright terrifying. I don't know what it is, dude. I was not ready to face the wrath, dude. I hear her approaching my room, and I grab my bowl and I stuff it in my pocket, right? I have these pajama pants that luckily had pockets in. I stuff it in my pocket, dude, and I'm like, holy shit! I grab my weed and I've got it in my hand, and I immediately slam my nightstand closed, and it sounded like she damn near kicked my fucking door in. I know she just opened it very aggressively, but she could have kicked it and it would have sounded the same, right? My door flies open. She has had enough, dude. She's like, Nicholas, I literally can picture it, bro. She flips my light on, and the look on her face is just pure rage, dude. She is like, Nicholas, she is like, I'm like, you can't be doing this shit in my house. She's like, you want to smoke your weed so fucking bad? She's like, fine. She's like, get the fuck out. And I thought she was kidding, right? She was dead ass. She was like, get the fuck out of my house. She's like, you want to smoke some back? Go ahead. Take it and leave, right? So I get up and I grab a hoodie and I grab my winter jacket and throw shoes on. And I grab my backpack, and she's like standing outside of my room, literally just waiting for me. And I grab my bud, and I got my phone, I grab a charger, I grab some earbuds, my wallet. I'm sitting here, and I'm just like, I'm mind boggled. And I'm like, dude, like, I thought she was fucking around at first. I like ignored her at first when she kept saying, I was like, dude, she's literally kicking me out right now. So I grab my shit, and I get out of the house, and I'm sitting outside. Cold as fuck. It's rainy. It's very lightly coming down at this point, but it's still fucked. It's chilly out. It's not a hoot. I'm freezing, and she just locked the door behind me, and there ain't no way I'm breaking back in. She's got an alarm system, dude. So I'm sitting there, and I didn't have a house key either. I was like, holy shit, dude. This fucking blows. And I remember I was trying to hit up as many homies as I could because it was fairly late at this point. It was like 10:30, 11 on a school night. A lot of people, were having to go home at this point. But I was like, I'm going to call Cody again, right? I'm going to give him a call. I hit him up earlier in the day, but I mean, he wasn't trying to link earlier in the day. But I was like, dude, this is the only thing I can think of, right? Like, I've exhausted. Like, I can't think of anyone to really call. So I called Cody and I'm like, bro, like, what are you on right now? Like, can I come over to your crib maybe? And he's like, yeah, dude, like, sure, you can slide over, no problem. So I'm like, bet, I'll be over in a little bit. And I hang up the phone, I bust open my Uber. And listen, back in the day, I've talked about this a lot, but there was this thing on the Uber app where you used to be able to get $20 in free ride credit by making a new account. But you only needed like a new email or like a VoIP number. Like, you used to be able to use like a Google Voice or like a Text Now number to sign up, right? So you could just get a bunch of $20 free rides. At this point, I didn't have access to my computer. I didn't have any more of those credits. And I was like, fuck, bro. Like, I can't, I can't do this, I can't make all that shit. Obviously, I could have on my phone, but I was sitting there and I was an idiot, dude. I was just stoned. I was not thinking straight. I was just like, dude, I was kind of panicking. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I always do that on my computer. Now, like, fuck, like, shit, I'm boned here. So I realized very quickly I was either going to have to walk to Cody's house or find somewhere else to go. So I'm calling everyone frantically. I'm calling my homies. I'm calling Kyle up, dude. He doesn't pick up. I'm calling everyone that I know. And I can't find anyone who's either able to pick me up or hang out or anything, bro. And, the only people who picked up, like, they're even further than Cody was. And Cody's house was a hike, guys. This shit, I'm talking, I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was like an eighth of miles. Like, 2.5, no, maybe 3.5 miles. It was a decent chunk of miles. 3.5 miles, a nice solid 8, but maybe less than that. But it was a hike, bro. It was a fucking hike. So I set off on this. I'm just like, dude, like, I have no choice. Like, I just have to start walking to Cody's house. And I didn't really exactly explain to him that it was going to take me a long ass time to get there, right? Because it's not just like a straight sidewalk walk, right? It's not just like I'm cutting through a neighborhood. Like, I'm walking alongside roads that have no sidewalk next to them, where I'm just walking in the mud. So obviously I'm going slow, right? There's like, it's nighttime, like, it's fucked up, dude. So it took me forever to get there. But I remember I was maybe like 30 minutes into the walk, and I passed by, there's this little like fire station that's in between Cody and I's house, right? And it's on this corner. It's a very small fire station. Like, literally it holds maybe like 2 fire trucks. It's the tiniest shit ever, right? But I walk past it, and there's this cop there. And I look over at this cop, and he's sitting there like a speed trap. And I'm walking in the road, and I'm just like, oh, like, this guy's not going to see me or nothing, But as I'm walking past, this guy turns on his headlights. And I'm like, oh, fuck. He turns on what looked like his brights. Maybe it just looked bright to me. But he turned on his headlights as, like, almost exactly as I was walking past. And I was like, holy fuck, bro. Like, I was shitting bricks. I was like, dude, what am I, like, I'm kind of terrified because I have my weed on me. I have my bowl, I'm underage. I look like a vagrant, like, this, I feel like he was going to approach me. I was like, holy shit, dude. So I immediately hit this right, and I go into this neighborhood that was across from the fire station, right? That was way off of my route. I had to stick to this kind of fire station road. I was not supposed to cut through this neighborhood. It added way more time. But I cut through this neighborhood. I took the next right I could to get away from him. And I didn't run because I was like, if I run, this guy's obviously coming after me. I just kind of make it look like maybe I'm going home or something, like maybe I don't know, maybe I live here, which I obviously didn't. I clearly, like I just said, looked like a vagrant. But listen, you got to hold out for some hope sometimes. So I walked through this neighborhood. I hit that right, dude. And luckily, this cop never did shit. Maybe it was just a coincidence he turned his lights on at that time. I don't know, but I thought he was turning them on to, like, look at me. I was like, holy shit, dude. I'm going to prison for my gram of cushion bowl. Like, this is awful, right? But I cut through the neighborhood, and he doesn't follow me. I'm eventually, as I, like, get out of his sight, I was cutting through people's muddy-ass backyards, and it was horrible, dude. But finally, I get to the side of the street that Cody's on way later into the night. It took me, like, I honestly don't remember how long it took, but I remember I got there well after midnight. Like, it took me probably, like, 2 hours minimum. Probably more than that. Dude, it was fuck, dude, because I had to cut through that neighborhood, and then I got a little bit lost, but I realized I couldn't charge my phone, and my phone wasn't anywhere near all the way charged, so I didn't want to, like, get totally lost and have a dead phone, so I didn't pull it out. The neighborhood route added forever. Dude, I got to this guy's house at, like, 1 in the morning, and I call him as I'm, like, walking up, and I'm just hoping he's awake. And he's not awake. I'm like, fuck, dude. But I walk up to his house, and his brother's in the garage, luckily. I can hear him playing PlayStation. So I knock on the garage door, and he's like, who the hell is it? And I'm like, yo, it's Nick, dude. Like, it's me. I'm here, And he's like, oh, what's going on? He lets me in. And I'm like, dude, where is Cody, dude? My mom just kicked me out of the house. I'm fucked. I have, like, less than a gram of weed. I'm soaked. I want to get stoned. He's like, oh, I'll get him for you. 1 second, right? He goes inside, pulls Cody out. Cody comes out. We're all sitting out there, and Cody's brother's got some new weed, right? He's got some new pack. And he's like, it looks like you had a shitty night. He was kind of laughing at me. He's like, it looks like you had a terrible ass night. He was like, you need a little bit of weed? And I was like, would you please front me, like, just a gram or two for tonight so I can get nice and high? Like, I'll pay you next time, I promise. Like, I'm going to be back tomorrow and shit. Just for tonight, help me out. Get me right. Please, I need that good shit. And I remember what saved the evening is he busted out some beautiful pack. I don't really remember what strain it was, quite honestly. But quite often, I remember some of his best weed he used to be having was his Gorilla Glue. It was classic. So honestly, it was probably just we're gonna go with Gorilla Glue. I don't remember the exact strain. All I remember is it was beautiful and it smoked and it made my night. And it was much better than the weed I had in my pocket already, dude. And I was like, holy shit. Thank you so much, dude. Me and Cody and his brother, we got high as shit in that garage. And I ended up sleeping on the couch in there, dude. It was kind of chilly, but I mean, it was okay. I survived. I had a blanket over me. There was a couch. It wasn't bad. I survived. Hey, I was chilling. But hey, I crashed in there, dude. I was catching Z's. But the problem was I had to wake up the next morning and get my ass to school, right? I realized very quickly, like, this was a school night, right? So I woke up early as hell the next day because it was a cold night and sleep too well, right? We smoked all our weed pretty much. I had a little bit left. I saved like a half of a gram just for the ride home or whatever, And I was like, holy shit, dude. I smoked up. This is kind of boned, right? And now that it was the next morning, obviously, Cody had to go to school too, right? So I was sitting there and I was like, bro, like, I know I should go to school today, but there's no way I'm folding. Like, I'm just not folding. And Cody's like, well, I'm getting a ride from my mom, so if you want, like, we can just drop you off at your place. It's kind of on the way anyways, which it was, actually, now that I think about it. My house was, like, perfectly on the way. It was almost meant to be, right? So, I'm like, dude, just drop me off at my place. I need to go, like, shower, dude. Like, all my clothes are still, like, kind of damp. This is fucked, Like, dude, I need to go home. I'm not going to school like this, right? She's like, yeah, I got you. So I get a ride home, and luckily my mom had already gone to work, dude. But that was a horrible-ass evening, boys. One of the worst evenings in a hot minute at the time, dude. Listen, walking that hike to Cody's house was horrifying, dude. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Here's to 2021, and thank you all so much for 300K. So if you haven't already, join the Discord, linked in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, gamers.